We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Hey, good morning, man.
Hey, buddy, you went AWOL on me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
No, it's okay. I thought you had just passed away.
Dude. No, I had to do. I had gotten a call and I had to do some things. And then later that night, or last night, I had to then meet up with Vanessa and the kids, and we went to go watch uh Predator
The
Badlands.
Predator? Was that not too scary for Levo?
No, it's PG-13.
It,
He loves the aliens and the predators.
yeah, I guess so, young boy.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't even get a chance to upload our we still have two episodes
Yeah, I
that
noticed that everybody's been calling me, emailing me, saying, "Where's Friday's episode?"
no, man, I mean we could probably upload some uh maybe at least one episode on the weekend. I do plan on uploading those today, so
So,
we
did
could
you guys
probably
like Predator?
dude, man, I'm gonna say that this is probably the most fun I've had in a movie. Like and it's not even summer, dude. But this is probably one of the best summer popcorn movies that I've seen in a theater. And it's been a little bit. It's been a while. Um, of course, we've had like Spider-Man: No Way Home back when, Endgame, all that. But dude, I
But
did
this
not.
Predator is not putting butts in theaters in the way that those movies were. I mean, was it a
They're
crowded house?
uh there was it wasn't packed, but there was a decent amount of people in there.
There was
Man,
so much energy around those two movies that you mentioned, you know. This, I don't know, but I mean, it's nice to know that it was good.
no, it wasn't good, dude. It was great.
Get out of town, dude. I can't
It
even
was,
sit through the trailer.
dude. Look. They don't reveal much in the trailer, okay? And I never expected to come out of a Predator movie and think this is very Shakespearean,
Okay. I mean,
dude.
okay.
Also, the director has stated that the films of this one director, can you guess the director, was a big influence on this film?
Spielberg,
No.
J.J. Abrams.
He may not be loved by a lot of regular moviegoers, but he is definitely loved by you and I.
Paul Thomas Anderson?
No.
I don't know.
Come on, think about it, Mitch. Think about it.
A director we both love. Ah!
A director we both love.
Hitchcock.
No. I'm
Is he
surprised that he's still living.
okay? He's old.
Yep.
He's an old. Is he still making movies?
Yes.
Clint Eastwood?
Oh, so that's not the director I'm talking about, but uh Clint Eastwood and Sergio Leone were big influences for this film, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
No. Well, who is it?
Dude, I don't even want to tell you because you're going to be upset when I tell you because you didn't get it.
That's okay. I can take the pain.
Terrence Malick.
Ah, he's not that old. Hey, that's funny, man. I mean, look, if he was influenced by Terrence Malick, good. You know, that's nice. We'll
Dude,
see. I,
dude,
I,
this look. No, I'm trying to let you know that this movie isn't what you think it is. This
right, yeah.
movie is emotional. This movie is funny. This movie is action packed, dude. And for them to do it in the span of only 98 minutes, dude. 98 minutes. Also, MVP, Elle Fanning. Wow, dude.
AVP, Elle Fanning.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so is she a good actress now? I can't ever tell.
Dude, she's phenomenal in this role. Phenomenal. I like, look, I'm not going to get into spoilers. I'm only going to tell you what is said in the trailer and then the plot summary or whatever. You have this predator, right? He's kind of like the runt of the predators, right?
That's so good.
And the predators, to prove themselves, they have to go on a what they call like a big hunt,
Hmm.
and they have
Does
to
he turn out
find,
to be a good guy?
dude, the main character of this movie is a predator.
Do they fall in love, him and Elle?
Okay, you're
Is
just
it
joking around.
is Planet of the Apes, Planet of the Planet of the Predators?
Anyways,
Okay.
dude, this
Well,
movie,
I mean, that's exciting, man. I mean, what's more exciting than you going to the movies and saying, "I saw a great movie," you know? I saw a great movie on every level. You know,
I
that's good news.
dude, I loved it, man. Like I can't believe that this movie isn't gonna do great numbers. It has something for everyone. And look, there have been people, all over the internet that have been complaining that this movie is PG-13. Let me tell you something. This movie is intense and it's violent. There are decapitations.
Good grief.
And the only reason why this movie did not get an R rating is because there's no humans in the movie. Okay?
Right.
There's no humans.
That's another interesting trick of the MPA, formerly
Exactly.
MPAA. Well, that's cool. Look, yeah, I mean, as soon as I get out of Jurassic Hell, which would be a great title for their next one, I'm gonna start the Predator franchise on the treadmill.
I'm excited, man. So what you said, I can't remember what you said about if you've seen any of them. Have you seen any of them?
I've seen only like about probably 45 minutes of the Adrian Brody one.
Okay. So you're gonna start with the first one, right?
I'm gonna watch them in release order.
Okay, I see. Well, dude, I'm excited. I'm gonna let you know um, that you'll probably hit some lulls in the midsection, but
Sure.
that's okay.
Hey, yeah,
Um,
that's what the morning run is for. I gotta have that pain.
that's true, man.
I do
Fred,
feel bad about what I was saying about Jurassic World Rebirth yesterday. You know, I mean, obviously, like they put a lot of time and energy into that movie. I don't think it's lazy. You know, it's just like it's more our problem than theirs. You know, that you would get fatigue from all of these amazing blockbusters. And I feel
I
bad about what I said about Sleeping Beauty too. Like they spent 10 years on that movie in what would amount to $64 million today. And you know, they almost went bankrupt trying to get it right, you know. And they made these beautiful French Renaissance tableaus and I'm just like, boring.
Dude, well, that's how you felt, man. I mean, whenever you look, here's the thing. Whenever we talk or criticize about a movie, I don't think it's like, of course, I love everything movies, right?
Yeah,
I always want movies to succeed
yeah,
because it ends up being good for us, you know. We
yeah,
still have theaters and all that, but
yeah.
I do think I do think that it's important that movies do have criticisms, you know.
I know, and it makes them better. It's a good relationship between critic and filmmaker. But what I'm just saying is, I think a lot of the times the problem is more us than the movie. It's like, of course, somebody else. It's like the prequels is a good example. The Star Wars prequels. It's like Star Wars Episode One. Are you kidding me? Like this amazing movie. It's because I wasn't jaded yet when I saw it. I didn't have all this baggage that I was bringing into it. It is an amazing movie. Like it
Yeah,
is like yeah, of
it's
course you can criticize it, but like a lot of the times I'm trying to figure out more, when is the problem me because I'm jaded and I'm sitting here watching this on a phone on my treadmill, and when is the problem the movie? So who knows? I mean, it's probably a little bit of both, and of course it's subjective, but
I see your point, man. I try to give all films a fair shake, you know.
yeah, yeah. I'm
And
getting more like generous to movies as I go. I feel like.
well, here's the thing, okay? And this fits into what we're, one of the reasons why I've loved Roger Ebert so much, and uh, that guy from RogerEbert.com, what's his name? Matt Seiss.
Matt Zoller Sights.
So he gave Predator Badlands 4 out of 4,
That's my man,
right?
dude. Matt's
He
gonna come through for you, dude.
he gave
It's
it
probably
four out of
because
four.
the filmmaker name dropped Malik, and he's in the bag for Malik.
Probably, yeah. No, but what I was saying was, and this goes to why I love Roger Ebert, why I think he's still going to be the greatest critic of all time. Of course, right behind Mitchell Caps, but um,
That's
Roger
funny.
Ebert was able to separate a movie based on what it is, right? He wasn't going to go into a movie like The Godfather the same way he would go into a movie like the original Tron, you know? He was going to
Yes.
he was going to review the movie for the genre that it was, his overall enjoyment. Of course he took into consideration production, everything, acting, everything like that. And when I talk highly about, like, for say, like Predator Badlands, for the kind of movie, a sci-fi action adventure movie, right? It's a 4.5 out of 5 for me, right?
Nice.
It for me, it's one of the most entertaining movies I've seen all year, if not the most entertaining.
Very
So
nice.
so I'm not gonna review a movie like Predator Badlands the same way I'm gonna review a movie like Hamnet, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, that
So
makes
that's
sense now.
that's why I like Roger Ebert, and that's why I think it's okay to like it's okay to be a little bit more easier on certain films. Now, of course, if you have straight up terribleness, you're just gonna it's terrible, you know.
Well, that's right.
Um,
And it depends on which kind of lens you're using, which critical lens you're using. It's like on weapons, I sort of adopted kind of this ethical lens to it, uh, rather than a craft lens. Uh, so there's always, your who you are and where you're standing, and also which pair of glasses you're wearing when you watch something. It all goes into it.
yeah, I just I don't want you to be too hard on yourself, you know.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm just trying to kind of parse through my own interactions with movies. I tell you what, last night we put on, this was interesting to see, talking about, because what I was saying, I'm more generous with movies now. Probably that's not entirely true. I think that there was like a high generosity when I was young, and then I went through like a cynical slump as I got older and saw more movies, and then I'm coming out on the other side now, thinking about it a little differently, and being more generous again. But we put on the last of the four major features in Schultz's lifetime of the Peanuts movies. I told you we'd watched several of those. We finally watched through with Chloe Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. And there's a sequence in the movie where Woodstock gets separated from Snoopy. They're, going down river on their rafts, and they get separated after a storm. And, I'm always kind of like narrating a little bit with her, like, oh no, like this happened, or like, well, they got to find each other. And so I'm just kind of like talking through with her what we're seeing on the screen a lot of the time. Less so now, but she was starting to process it, that Woodstock and Snoopy were separated, and we were talking about it a little, and she's like, they lost each other, and I'm like, yeah. And then she just kind of sat there for a second, and then she leaned over on the armrest of the couch and started crying.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, wow, I've never seen her do that before. It was really kind of moving that she was so affected by that. I mean, it's a little sad too, because it's like, oh, I don't want you to be sad. It's
Yeah,
just a cartoon, But I was like, wow, she was really affected by that moment in the movie.
dude. Do you remember the first time, or maybe a time when you were younger, that you watched a movie and it just kind of like it moved you to tears?
Well, it probably happened when I was younger. I don't remember ever crying in a movie until I was an adult. But there were times that things really bothered me. Here's a weird one. I remember watching Walk the Line, and the first time that it shows him being unfaithful to his wife with like a random fan, it really bothered me. Like I couldn't get it out of my head. It just really, really disturbed me.
Well, yeah, I remember that scene in Walk the Line. Because he's the hero, right? And it was like the first time where he started to his path started to, he started to go the wrong way.
Yeah, it
Um,
was it was it was a dark feeling.
yeah, I could see why that would be an issue. Um, I think one of the first times that I was really affected by a movie like that, where I was, got emotional. Aside from Rudy, I talk about Rudy all the time. Rudy is, it's one of my all-time favorites. But one of the first times was a movie called Iron Will. Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah, just like the sledding movie, right?
Yeah, exactly. I love that movie, and it's one of those movies where I like to put on, every few years. It's very comforting to me.
Yeah.
I usually like to turn it on around the colder times because, just, I like to be in bed and warm, and, it's a snow-filled movie, and it's inspirational, and it's, emotional, and yeah, that was one of the first times where I was like, oh man, I really want this guy to win. Like, please just let him win. I
Please,
remember yeah, I
please, God.
remember just praying. I have another experience that it it's one of my all-time favorite movie theater experiences, and it wasn't even something that, like, for me, that it affected me, but it was in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and I took a few of my nieces and nephews to the movies, right?
Yep, yep.
And I took my nephew, who at the time was, I think, like 8 or 9, 8. I think he was like 8, and he's which now he's a teenager. Anyways, we went to go watch Coco,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to go watch Coco, and we're there, and I look to my side, and he's there, and he's just a little kid at that time. And there was the scene with the grand. Have you seen Coco?
Yeah, I watched it with you, I think, in the mill
I think
on
so.
that
Yeah,
on that snow day.
actually, yeah. So the scene at the end, the one I'm talking about with the grandma, right?
Uh-huh.
I look over, and my little nephew, and I keep in mind, I rarely saw him cry. I
Uh-huh.
especially during a film, but I look over, and he's just crying, dude.
It's powerful, man.
And I realize, like, one of the reasons why I love watching movies multiple times is because when I watch it with someone new, it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm watching it with for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm watching it through their eyes. And here he is, and I had already seen the movie. That was my second time. I took them to go watch it, and he's just in tears. That's the power of movies, man. That's why I love movies. And yeah, I was just thinking about that actually because I saw a clip of Coco earlier this morning, and it honestly it was making me tear up.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
I'm
making
more
me tear
like
up.
I'm sure when I was a kid that when I was Chloe's age, I probably did cry in movies, but I don't remember crying in a movie until I was an adult, and I remember being shocked. I was like, because there comes a point when you're older and you're like, can like especially like I guess early, late teens, early 20s, where you're just like, I don't even think art could move me right now. Like I feel so jaded, and I was just in kind of isolated, just kind of dealing with just personal stuff, and I was like, I don't even have any feelings anymore.
Yeah.
It's over for me. But I was watching Unbroken, the Angelina Jolie's directorial debut, I think, or maybe. Anyways, you remember this movie?
Yes, I do. I read the book. The book is one of my all time favorite books.
Oh, it's a great story about Louis Zapparini, I think is his name.
Yes.
He was a POW and just had an unbelievable experience. But yeah, I
I'm
just went to.
I'm
What's
gonna
up?
let you speak because I'm
Are
gonna
you
order a
ordering
coffee.
food again?
I'm
Oh
ordering a
my,
coffee.
oh my. Is this the Order Coffee show? Is this the Order Coffee
Hello,
podcast?
welcome to Scooter's
Hey.
We're just
Coffee.
two
Would you like
friends
to
who
get
order
started with a
coffee
candy cane
on the
cinnamon
phone with
today?
each other
Oh
every
no, I'm
morning.
okay, man.
Is that what this has
Okay, what can I
become?
get for you?
I'm trying to share
Can
like
I
this
get
very powerful moment
the
of
let me
me,
see
shedding my
the a
first
small iced
tear
maple
in the
caramelicious?
cinema
Small
after all
ice,
I
maple
went through,
caramelicious. You got it.
and
What
you're
else can
ordering
I
a
get for you?
And how many
Caramelicious?
shots of espresso do you
That
put in that?
can't truly be what
It
it's
comes with
called.
2 shots.
Can I can I only get one?
Yeah,
1 shot,
yeah.
yeah.
And that'll
Just
be
get
it.
one shot.
All right, it's good on
You
around.
never
Thank
would
you.
have survived in that POW camp, buddy, with Zapparini getting a Caramelicious one shot.
Wow, dude, criticizing me. Anyways, look, yeah, I've seen that movie. I saw it in theaters. It came out around Christmas time. I was so hyped for it because, like I said, the book is just incredible, dude. Like, one of my all-time favorites. I'll be honest with you, man. I did not like the movie.
Well, I didn't read the book. I did love the movie. It's still one of my all-time favorites. I think about it all the time, and I watch the trailer pretty frequently.
See,
Uh,
see, the thing about that movie is that I felt like it was going through the motions of an inspirational movie.
no, no,
Like
no,
I
no, no.
never felt emotionally moved by it.
Well, there you
Like
go.
yeah, I felt like oh that sucks. Dang, wow, he did this. But I was never emotionally fully invested like I thought I was going to be. And let me
That's too
tell you,
bad.
dude, I'm going to tell you what I think the issue was. I think the issue was the direction by Angelina
I knew you
Jolie.
were gonna say that. People always hate on Angelina because, they just see her as this beautiful woman who's just supposed to stand there and look pretty on camera. Never give her a shot behind the lens.
Dude, look, I'm just telling you, this is where because if I'm not mistaken, let me see, I'm looking it up. I want to see who wrote the script because I believe the script wasn't an issue.
Well, look, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's probably some problems you could find in there with the direction, but I mean, I was totally wrapped. Like I was from start to
Dude,
finish, like I was
you
I was completely entranced.
you had the Cohen brothers, dude, who wrote the script.
That goes so hard. That is so awesome. That
The
movie
the
rules.
the issue wasn't the script. The issue was the direction, and I'm
Well,
pretty
agree to
surprised.
disagree because I think the direction was just totally competent, totally solid at the very least, if not really good. You know what it may be? It was a little bit of old-fashioned filmmaking, and I think maybe that you wanted something a little more gritty, realism, flashy. It was very
No, I wasn't
kind of
even
a
expect.
classical school of filmmaking.
I wasn't expecting that. I just think that in the genre that it's in, the true story, inspirational true story, I never felt completely moved by it. There were
Well,
moments maybe that. Oh, go ahead.
war movies, when you think about war movies, they were really big in the golden age of Hollywood. Now, obviously, they still get made, and obviously, there's been some great ones made, but it was like, I mean, saying it wasn't like westerns in that it was that ubiquitous, but it was pretty regular. You know, it was more of a genre that you would expect to see in theaters regularly. I'm sure that had to do with the time period. Um, and
Yeah,
it felt like those old war movies I used to watch on TCM with the folks.
look. I'm not saying it's a bad movie,
You didn't
but
like it, that's fine.
it's one of those where I just think it fits like somewhere in the middle. You know.
Well, guess
Um,
what? It brought this jaded kid his first ever in the movie tier. So must have been doing something right.
all right, dude. Hey, let me let you go, man.
Yeah, get your care malicious. Have a good
I'll see
day.
you.